Some of my students, especially Koreans, have trouble with this sound. Qu, as in quit, quadriceps, squid, require. Instead of quit, I hear kit or crit. So let's learn and practice that sound. We're going to practice this sound in two ways. One with the S in front of it and one without, because the qu sound is a little different depending on whether that S is in front or not. So let's start here. First, to make this sound properly, you're going to have to blow a little air out because it starts with that aspirated k, k. So blow a little air out through your lips. Fu, fu. Fu. You should be able to make a flame waver. Fu. Oops, blew it out altogether. Fu. Yep, blow it out. And now let's practice this sound a few times, the aspirated k. Use this video if you need to. K. 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 It's that car crash sound. And again, a flame should waver or blow out altogether. K. K. Now we're going to put these two sounds together, and you'll want to start with your mouth rounded and ready to blow that air out. And again, you are blowing out a flame. So again, you're making that sound, but instead of blowing air across the roof of your mouth, you're blowing it out through your lips. Not but that's an exaggeration, but let's practice that a few times. Now let's add a vowel, and again, start by rounding your mouth. Qua. 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 Let's practice some word pairs so you can hear and feel the difference, and we'll go slowly at first. Kit. Quit. Did you see that? Round your lips for that w sound. Kit. Quit. Kick. Quick. Quick. Kite. Quite. Quite. Cod. Quad. Quad. Kill. Quill. Quill. Kale. Quail. Quail. Cake. Quake. Quake. Cad. Quack. Quack. Keen. Queen. Queen. Coat. Quote. Quote. Let's practice those words again individually. Quit. Quit. Quick. Quick. Quite. Quite. Quad. Quad. Quill. Quill. Quail. Quail. quake, quake, quack, quack, queen, queen, quote, quote. So you're ready to practice these words in some sentences. It's a matter of getting your mouth rounded quickly as you move from one word to another. I quit my job. I quit my job. And watch my mouth. Watch my mouth and slow this video down if you want to half the speed so you can watch my mouth rounding before I say that word, quit. Be quiet in the library. Be quiet in the library. Don't quote me on that. Don't quote me on that. How quickly can you do it? How quickly can you do it? Japan had an earthquake. Japan had an earthquake. Earthquake, earthquake, earthquake. Who was the last Queen of France? Who was the last Queen of France? I'm quite certain he's married. I'm quite certain he's married. If it quacks like a duck, it's a duck. If it quacks like a duck, it's a duck. She requires silence in her classroom. She requires silence in her classroom. The jury acquitted him. The jury acquitted him. So let's move on to this sound. It's a little bit different, but I don't want to spend too much time in this video on the difference between k and g. So take a look at this video if you need to. Start by saying these words with me. Scat, sketch, skit, scot, scum. If you can say those words, you're ready to learn and pronounce words like squid and squamous. Let's start by trying that unaspirated K sound, g, by itself a few times. G, 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 g. You can feel your throat forcing that sound, sort of stopping it and then forcing it out. G. G. Now we'll add that w sound, but this time you are not blowing out air. W, 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 whoa. So let's put those two sounds together, and again, you're going to have to start with your lips rounded. Go, 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 go. Now we're going to try some of these words, and you're going to have to move your lips quickly to get from that S to the G. Scot, squat. Scot, squat. Squat. Watch how quickly my mouth closes to make that squat. Squat. Scald, squall. Squall. Skill, squelch. 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 skid, squid, 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 skin, squint, 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 cash, squash, 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 squash. Let's try these words. Squash, quash. Do you feel in the second word, quash, that you blow that air out, but with squash you don't? And I can show you. Squash, 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 quash. See that? Squash, 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 quash. See that? Squash, quash. By the way, do you know the difference between these two verbs? Native speakers often misuse them. To squash something is to flatten it, like a bug. You squash a bug. Or if you pack a hat or a sandwich in a suitcase, you might squash it. To quash a thing is to end it or suppress it in a single decisive move. She quashed the rumor that she was running for office. Maybe she went to the press and made a statement and said, "I'm not," and that's it. She quashed the rumor. So be careful of those two words. A lot of native speakers overuse squash. They'll say, "The editor squashed the story," when they mean the editor quashed the story. Now let's practice some of these words in sentences, and we'll do it slowly and then quickly. For his crimes, he faced the firing squad. Squad. For his crimes, he faced the firing squad. Did you see how quickly my lips came together? Play this video at half speed and you can watch my mouth closing for firing squad. I have to squint to read it. I have to squint to read it. He was diagnosed with squamous cell carcinoma. He was diagnosed with squamous cell carcinoma. She squandered her opportunity. She squandered her opportunity. She squandered her opportunity. Please contact Lionel Hutz Esquire. Please contact Lionel Hutz Esquire. Did you watch Squid Game on Netflix? Did you watch Squid Game on Netflix? Did you watch Squid Game on Netflix? Watch this video as many times as you need to build up your speed. If you still have difficulty, just break it down, do it slowly again, slowly, and then more quickly, because it's getting your mouth into position quickly that allows you to make that sound fluently and properly. So keep watching and practicing, and tell me what else you want to learn.